I've had anger with my husband for leaving me behind. But now that I've talked to Lisa and she's touched on so many things that nobody else would know, I gotta believe that he's here with me.
He was hesitant to come through. He was very apprehensive. But he said he's glad he did it.
Me too.
Can you give the boys a big hug from him? Can I give you that back? He's winking at you and he's blowing you a kiss.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's watching me and he's watching the kids. And I feel comforted by that. And it eases a lot of anger and a lot of pain. I don't feel so lost and I don't feel so lonely anymore.
Excuse me, ladies, may I stop you?
Of course you can.
Oh, my God, where are you from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand, okay. Well, my name's Lisa. I'm a medium and clairvoyant. Are you open to this sort of thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your grandfather's house, am I correct in saying this?
Yeah.
He was the golfer, because
Yeah,
he's
mum,
showing me
mother,
the little
dad.
round golf balls
Yeah.
and the golfing, all
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now, your father's still with us, so is he?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you go to your dad and
Yeah.
say, I met this crazy woman on Hollywood and your
Yeah.
dad was giving her golf balls to give to you?
Okay. Because my dad used to take the golf balls into his farm next door, so
That's
yeah.
the reason why.
Yeah.
Your father needs to believe, because he was really close to his dad.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Yeah.
just feel that he feels, is there anything else after this sort of like world? And he keeps saying, tell him there is, tell him there is, tell him there is.
Yeah. Lisa said that my grandfather really wanted to say hello to my dad and let him know how much he loved him, and that would be very important to my dad to hear that. I was a little bit skeptical, I'll be honest, but Lisa's just proven me wrong today. She was spot on.
I'm so glad that you were able to do this.
Thank you.
So thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
I'd like to welcome my guest, Amy.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Are you? Yeah, I'm so excited. This is, for some reason, I feel a very strong energy with you, and which is great for me. Do you want to know everything?
I do.
You do? Okay. Okay, come on in. It's a gentleman. He's got a very masculine energy.
Okay.
Has your father passed? Do you have your mum's looks?
But people say I look like my mom.
He believes you have. Your mum's still with us, yes? Say hello to her for me.
Okay.
You have thick hair.
Yeah, thick
Because
hair.
it's like thick here. And did your father smoke?
Uh-huh.
Because he's standing there with a drink
Oh, of course she has both.
and a cigarette. Like,
Right.
and he's talking with one hand and he's got his glass in one hand and he's chat, very business orientated, you know. He was in a process of having fun. There was other people or they were having some fun.
I hope they were.
They were having fun. I feel a lot of chatter, you know, just a real social environment. I don't know whether he was collecting an award that night.
They were collecting a large sum of money. Their work just sold a big business.
Right, because
And they're out celebrating.
Was this a Friday night?
It's Friday the 13th.
Because he's talking about the Friday night.
Yep.
Was it about 10 o'clock? Because he just kept showing me this period of 10 and 11.
My dad just had a big work deal that closed. He was out celebrating when my stepmother called to say that there was an accident.
He's just said you've always wondered what happened. Do you understand this? He said, let me get this over and done with. I was on a trip and we were having fun.
Okay, I'm glad they're having fun.
I can see him doing this. And I can see him holding onto the arms. I'm sorry if I'm reliving something. He's holding onto the arms and almost bracing himself here. And what he's showing me is other people were sitting. There was a feeling of sitting. I feel like I'm on a vehicle of travel. I have to be very honest with what your father's just said.
Okay.
Because he was a very blunt man. He was.
It's gonna embarrass me.
No, it's not
not? Well, I hope not. And he said, those damn planes.
I'm sure he is saying that.
Those damn planes. Was he on a plane by any chance?
Yes.
Right, okay, now I understand.
Should I tell you?
No, don't say anything. This was only this should have only been a short flight.
Should have been.
Like, I don't know, half an hour, if
Right,
that,
right.
you know, very quick. He's saying something was wrong. He keeps showing me a mechanical fault. Okay? The pilot knew and was either looking for somewhere to land.
Right.
But you know what I keep seeing is I keep feeling like crash, 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 crash.
Yes. She was right on the money. My dad died in a plane crash, but I wasn't really sure of the details of it. And Lisa cleared up a lot of things for me with saying it was mechanical.
So whether this was a mechanical fuel gauge failure, it literally dropped from the sky.
It did.
Just dropped.
Right.
I keep being shown this fuel gauge almost full to empty.
Okay.
From the moment the pilot saw it to the actual plane crashing, I have to say, I actually feel like it was minutes.
You're right that we had the black box and they were talking to the airport. They were trying to land, they couldn't land, and they kept telling the air control guy that they were getting low on fuel.
His words were, it dropped from the sky.
It did.
But he had his hand on someone else's hand or he was holding on to somebody else.
Okay.
He's now talking about his girls. His girls. What about your girls? Right, okay, he said we died together. Do you understand this? We died together.
He had two stepdaughters on the plane with him.
I feel like he had hold of one of their hands.
I hope so. I felt relief when she reached over like this, as if she was holding someone's hand. I hope he was consoling my stepsisters. I hope they all are together.
He's showing me that he was unconscious when the plane hit.
Okay.
Is that what happens? Because he's showing me that
I don't know, but I like that sound.
it was quick.
Okay.
His energy is starting to fade. So this is when I always ask if you have any questions.
I do.
Okay.
I want to know if he's around my mother.
She had cancer.
She has cancer.
She's okay.
I just want to know that he's around her.
All the time. You need to know that. He said we've sent her all the healing we can.
Okay.
And she's doing well.
She is. Besides finding out about my dad's plane crash, I wanted to know if my dad is around my mom now as we're suffering, or as she's suffering and battling cancer. So felt like I got some peace with that.
I'm going to stay here because someone has to keep an eye on you.
Okay.
He said, look at you, my little girl. I love you and always remember me. And he's giving you a big kiss to you. And he's sadly starting to edge away and I'm struggling with him. Any final things that I might be able to...
I think you said everything.
Yeah. I'm so glad that he came through. And your friend.
I wasn't sure if he was going to show up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay.
I feel like she answered everything I wanted to find out. There's nothing more I could ask. You know, there are things I wanted to tell Lisa, to tell my dad I love him, but I realized he hears me. So maybe I'm going to talk out loud a little more to my loved ones that have passed.
Something I hear often is, I miss my friend or my loved one or my family member so much. How am I going to cope? Everyone deals with it differently. I can't tell you how to cope. You have to decide on your own. But what's important to do is grieve and honor them. Maybe get some of their items and pop them in a box. And those moments, bring the items out and just hold them and remember the good times. Because after all, they're still with us all the time.
Lisa Williams is back next Friday at the same time, and you can see an exclusive interview with her on her website sky.com/reallives. Next, Psychic Friday continues with Derek Acora.